Hello and welcome to the Getting Started guide for Scotiabank Payment Gateway for WooCommerce plugin. Today, we're going to do a quick setup of the plugin and do a transaction test. Before we get started, I just want to highlight that you need a couple of things from Scotiabank before you can get this done. What you need are more or less a username and a password that Scotiabank refers to as a store ID and a shared secret. You also need to ensure that your site is configured in US currency. So you head over to your settings, general, and ensure that your website's currency is US dollars. Scotiabank's testing platform only works with US dollars. The second thing you want to do is go to the configuration page of our Scotiabank Payment Gateway plugin. Ensure that you enable it. Set your title and description. And here, the most important part is to insert the store ID and the shared secret that Scotiabank would have sent to you when you set up your account. Now, if you haven't set up your account as yet, this documentation includes some test credentials that you can use. Save that information when you're done, and then you should be able to run a test transaction on the front end of your website. Let's go and do that now. So this is my test website, and I have a couple products here. I'm just going to add one to the cart. And I'm just going to proceed to checkout. What you want to do, and I made this mistake myself, is ensure that you have a valid email address for this field, as well as for the other fields. You want to make sure that you have valid information here, because Scotia's platform checks that information and validates it. If it looks funny, the transaction will fail. So you want to make sure you have a valid email and a valid phone number. You're going to click Pay. You're going to click this option here to pay using Scotiabank, and you're going to proceed to the payment page. Yeah, the hosted payment page will then load, and what you want to do is select whichever payment gateway provider whichever payment provider you're testing. Scotia has a couple options here, and they provide test credit cards that you can use to test these transactions. This documentation also includes some test credit cards that you can use. So I'm going to choose any date in the future, and I'm going to choose I'm going to insert a random CVV. I just inserted 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to click continue. Just give that a second to complete. And then you're going to see an order received page here, order number 95. And let's just go into the administrative area of the website to take a look at that order, and I'll show you a couple more details there. Alright, so this is the order that was created, and you'll see that it has a status of processing. What's also important is that we have included some extra information here that you can use to troubleshoot a transaction should there be any issues. Right, so you have your approval code, response code, the date and time of the transaction, and the last 4 digits of the credit card. And that's pretty much it. You've just tested a transaction using our Scotiabank Payment Gateway for WooCommerce plugin.